evening, everybody. How are we all doing? I hope we're having a good week so far. So today is Thursday, the 19th of February 2015. So just finished watching last night's episode of Arrow, titled The Return, the 14th episode, and flashback heavy. Oliver returns to Starling City, whilst he was still, away. Because China White has gone to Starling to sell the bioweapon. It's the Omega, I think, that she's selling to a list of big name buyers. And Amanda Waller takes both Oliver and Masio with her to Starling to intercept and apprehend China White and stop her from making the sale, and get the item back. But whilst he's there, Oliver has warned by Amanda not to engage in any way, shape or form with members of his family, or try and contact them rather, as well as his friends as well, including Tommy and Laurel. Otherwise, she'll pretty much end him permanently. But of course, he doesn't stick to that plan. We even see Felicity for the first time 5 years ago as well. Quentin Lance back with the quiff as well. As I said, I've already mentioned Tommy. Thea, she was already doing drugs back then. So Oliver was really shocked to see all of that happening. We didn't see Susanna Thompson back as Moira, which is an absolute shame, because I would have thought that this would have been a good opportunity to see Moira back, especially when given the fact that present day Oliver and Thea are back on Lian Yu, and Slade Wilson has escaped from the little prison that he was holed up in. He mentions Moira and such things like that. So it would have been fitting in a way, for it to have Moira back on. But I did read a few weeks back, someone actually asked someone on Twitter if Susanna was going to be back on the show in a flashback scene. She was asked to be in one, I'm guessing for this episode, but she refused. So she not refused, just declined, politely declined, as we would like to say it. So, but yeah, that I think that's what it was missing. It was really missing Moira. This episode, this would have been a good sort of fitting tribute, as essentially, like a closure type episode to her. We do miss Moira. We also see John Diggle for the first time. I say for the first time, but not only John, but also his younger brother Andy as well. So they were bodyguards for security detail for Tommy's party that he was holding. So yeah, it was very good to see that. Masio made a lovely, and I tell you, it made me laugh, made a lovely little quip to Oliver, because Oliver's actually wearing a green hoodie in this episode at one point, and Masio makes a comment about how his disguise wouldn't work if he smeared grease paint all over his face. I thought, nice touch, my dear boy. Oh dear, you didn't see him 3 years ago. But no, that was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. But Thea now knows what really happened regarding Sarah. Oliver ended up telling her about that, and only because Slade, again, as he loves to do, was trying to provoke Oliver by telling Thea about Shadow, and then proceeded to tell her about all these secrets that he's been keeping. So yeah, she now knows what happened, and at the end of the episode, I just love the way she stood up to Malcolm. I mean, this isn't the little girl that we all remember from the very first season. She is a changed woman. She is a different person altogether. And I'll tell you what, I love this side of Thea. I love what we are getting from Thea. Her development, her growth, her change in personality, everything that she's been through. yeah, I'm hoping that by next season, she's in full costume gear, fighting alongside Oliver and Roy and also Laurel. You know, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. So that'll be awesome. What else did we get? Flashback episode. In the flashbacks, we had Laurel working in San Francisco. She took up a law firm job in San Francisco, but her dad was not happy about the whole thing. Bearing in mind that he's busy drowning his sorrows because, you know, Sarah's dead. The first time round, that is, not the second time round. But it's very mirrored in terms of the flashback and present day, because even then he was drowning his sorrows in drink, and present day we see him at Sarah's grave, and he's got a bottle in his hand. So it worried Laurel again to see him in that position. It was just, you know, he gave Laurel a talk down in that, as far as he was concerned, the bond, the connection that he has with Laurel was stronger than he had with, you know, Dinah and also Sarah, because they both went through the same thing together, you know, losing Dinah, you know, when she left Quentin, and then losing Sarah the first time round, only for Laurel to keep that secret from him that she has died again. You know, he felt really betrayed, really hurt. He just wasn't happy about the circumstances that he was put through. Yes, fair enough. You know, Laurel was worried about his condition, his heart, and everything. But I wasn't. It didn't sit right with me that she could not tell Quentin what happened to Sarah. You know, it was just really unfair for him to not know. The fact that already Dinah had known, because she pretty much guessed it straight away, but to keep it from Quentin, it's just like, you know, why? So I don't know how that relationship is going to repair between the two of them. I'm sure we'll find out over the course of the season. But just going back, I'd have to say, right, it was great seeing Thea go up against Slade. It was really good seeing the fight sequences between them two, and obviously Oliver helping out as well. But like I say, she is a whole different person, and just seeing her up against Malcolm like that was just sheer brilliance. So yeah, brilliantly done. I think that's it, really. Yeah, obviously there was a moment where Oliver eventually found out the reason about, because we got a snippet at the beginning of the episode of how Oliver was telling Diggle that his father gave him a reason to, you know, target the people on the list. Diggle thought, oh, you know, how's that possible when you're on the island? And Oliver was like, well, I didn't say I was on the island. And we now knew 5 years ago where he got the message from Robert regarding the people on the list. So yeah, that's very interesting indeed. But obviously Oliver already knew about the book before that video that he watched, but it gave him more reason to pursue further with the mission, and obviously become who he has become as well, because we even see a guest appearance by one Mark Singer, former Beastmaster, and also from the TV show V, the first series that is. He appears as a general to debrief Oliver, and let's just say he cuts him a deal. Whether or not Oliver's gonna go ahead with it, that's gonna be the next step. So looking forward to that. Can't wait to see how that one unfolds. But a brilliant episode. I think the highlights for me were definitely pretty much all things Thea. As far as I'm concerned, all things Thea was just fabulous. It was pretty good. So yeah, Willa Holland is definitely she's really dynamic. I like the dynamic that she's given Thea. It's brilliant. I like it. Anyway, I shall stop there. Arrow is back next week. I believe it's Nanda Parbat is next week's episode. I forgot to mention, obviously, yesterday, The Flash isn't going to be back until the 15th of March. What the hell are they doing to us? I don't know. But I did watch the promo last night for that for, you know, the next episode. And, well, if you've watched my review last night, I'm not even going to say any more. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much. See you all very soon.